As you can tell, I'm wearing my Dodgers shirt because it's almost game 3 of the National League Division Series. Go Dodgers. I just wanted to say that before I start this video essay. And it's the middle of the day, so you probably hear a lot of noise around me. People are still up and around. So you have to forgive me for that. I try to work my way around the noise. But I want to talk about agreeing to disagree. Um, as you know, we're in the middle. We're right smack dab down the stretch of political season. But 2024 has been a year in which debate is really hot and heavy. It's not just about politics, it's about sports, it's about movies, it's about any subject out there that's worth talking about, and people have a lot to say. And with that, you're going to have people who will disagree or agree to disagree on the subject matter depending on what it is. First and foremost is our politics. You may not like the politicians running, you may not like the policies, you may not like the choices they made or down ticket, you may not like those choices either or initiatives, but you have to listen to the other side, you have to be respectful, and the other side is talking. And I'm saying this for me more than for you out there because I, in the time that I've have changed mentally, that I had to reassess myself and reassess how I talk with people, especially when it comes to a disagreement or an argument that comes from that. You don't want to take things personally. You never want to take it personally. Just look at it as a viewpoint that, okay, guess what? This will probably change my life, or probably won't, but that's cool. You know, I would say that politics will always be the driving force for emotions to come out, feelings to be expressed, and people, whoever they may be, just to say, hey, I don't like that person, I don't like that person, you're getting your source, you're getting your propaganda from this source or whatever, and that's cool, that's fine. This is the World Wide Web, the super information highway, and there are going to be a lot of sources you can gather from, and you may agree with those sources that tend to your ideology or not. What I would just say is that you can't always take it personal, but try to be civil as best you can, because once you take it personal, things might be said that you can never really take back. So you got to be careful that you have to always be civil, be respectful of the other person's point of view, even though in recent times it has turned out to be really outrageous with the shenanigans that have taken place in our country and in our world. First and foremost has been the pandemic, and that really divided people. And now we have politics and all the other subjects and topics this year, especially in the last few weeks of this campaign, that people are going to be inflamed. And no matter who wins, people are going to be dissatisfied no matter what, because we live in a country of dissatisfaction. We live in a country where instead of agreeing to disagree, it's my way or the highway, and definitely we don't like the highway. So I would just say that in these last few days and times of the presidential season, and even the last few weeks of this year, let's try to make it a goal to say, okay, guess what? I may not see it the way that you do, but I do understand your point of view. And just kind of take a look at the sources they look at and kind of hear. You may not like what the other side is saying, but guess what? At least you have an idea of what they're saying and why. Um, and just try to be respectful that way. Now, I know most of you watching may be involved in the ideology that you're very supportive of and really dedicated to, and that is, of course, your right. But I just want you to give a moment to just see how the other side looks and feels. Now, you may say, well, I already know what they're going to say. I already know what they're all about. I don't need to do that. And I just find that in any situation, if you want to find out what the other side is saying, you become a little more understanding. You understand what they're trying to say and how they say it. And that's the impetus, I think, for all of us on either side to find out what the other side is saying, why they're saying it, and you kind of get an understanding. Maybe you can be more empathetic to that person saying parroting those points, and then you kind of get an idea why they're saying it. But that's just my thought. That's just my wish. I really don't know. I mean, things will still go according to the algorithm, of course, in which the algorithm is telling you, get that side. No, get that side. No, screw them both, right? Okay. But it's just the fact that we have, I think, in the last 20 to 30 years, have really turned on each other instead of just realizing and being respectful of each other. It's really just turning into disrespectful type of way. And you can say this was the reason why, or that was the reason why back then, this party, this person, this individual, but still, really, we got to be more mature than that. We got to be more respectful for that. And I'm talking more about myself than anybody else here, but also trying to remind everyone that we got to be respectful, because respect is necessary in order for all of us to understand each other, move forward, even though we may not agree with the other person's point of view, and then just realize, guess what? That's what that person meant. I'm willing to accept that and move on. So, as we have for the last few weeks of this election season, in the last few weeks of this year, let's try to make that the main goal. Let's try to make that the main point of our existence here, and maybe we'll have an understanding about the other person's point of view. But again, that's only a choice. It's not really incumbent on anyone to just do that unless you're willing to see the other side of a person's argument. Remember, it's just an argument. And I have to stress also too that we should not take it personal. We may feel it personally because it affects our lives, but at the same time, we realize the other person is saying what they feel in their heart to be true, and therefore we have to be respectful and not take it personally, because again, we want someone to do that to us. So, as I found out. But so I just want to say that let's just give that a try, and maybe we'll get away from all the rhetoric, all the hateful rhetoric, all the rhetoric that is out there that really just tears us apart instead of bringing us together. So let's see if we can do that. So I hope, again, that what I said made sense. As I close, I just want to thank each and every one of you for support. Again, go Dodgers. You may be a Padres fan, I understand. So I don't have to respect your opinion. No, you're a Padres fan, that's cool. But I just want to say that I do want to wish everyone the best out there, except the Padres. And just really do your best and just take care of yourself and each other. All right. See you next time. Take care.